When the Montreal Canadiens made the playoffs last year, they had a negative 20 goal differential. The Columbus Blue Jackets had a plus 5 goal differential. And the New York Rangers had a plus 1 goal differential. Yet the Canadiens made the playoffs as the youngest team in NHL history. This season, they are the youngest team in the NHL. And despite adding Noah Dobson, Ivan Demidov, they are still a very young team. And it's important to remember that this team is focused on the future. It's focused on winning in 2027, 2028. Yes, it wants to compete now and make the playoffs. Of course it does. But the focus is on the long term. That's why when they chose not to re-sign Christian Dvorak and Yoel Armia, and they decided, okay, we're going to try and go with Kirby Dack, who's coming back from injury, and Oliver Kapanen, who is a rookie centerman. They were aware that in a very compressed schedule of this Olympic year, that things could be difficult. They need to see these young players pushing from Laval, the Jared Davidsons, the Owen Becks, the Adam Engstroms, the David Reinbachers, all of these guys. They have to give them an opportunity to play, and that's what they're doing. They wanted to re-sign Christian Dvorak, but not at $5 million like he got from the Flyers. So, is it by design that they're struggling? Absolutely not. Is it understandable? Yes. And I know many are unhappy with Martin St. Louis, and I think that there is room for him to grow in terms of tactics defensively and when to take timeouts, especially. But again, this team is focused on the near future. Okay, 2027, 2028. They could get rid of him and get a Rick Tocchet or a Tortorella type, someone like that, Pete DeBoer, but they won't do that because those coaches have a shorter shelf life because they're highly demanding. You bring in those coaches if you're really close to a cup. The Canadiens are still focused on development right now. It's just a fact. So even now, they're letting Jacob Fowler come up. They want to see their young players. I understand that people get emotional and they want to win. But the management isn't going to do that. Maybe they're feeling the pressure, and they should be feeling the pressure from the fan base. And the players want to win. But it's important to remember, winning consistently and having a Stanley Cup championship window, it's about having the appropriate age, the appropriate core of about 26 to 27 years old. They're working towards that. When it's appropriate to acquire the right pieces, they will. But they're not going to overpay for a second-line center that's an aging second-line center. They're not going to give up any of their A prospects like Zhuravsky, Hage, Reinbacher, Fowler. They're going to be patient. They're going to evaluate. That's what they're doing. They're seeing what they have in these young players before they make any massive decisions. This team has a bright future, everybody.